Hello, 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 John. Hello, hello, John. Hello, John. Hello, John. It's like my favorite part of Jurassic Park. My house is about to shake apart. All right, sorry, I'm 30 minutes late today. You know, Canadians aren't ever on time for anything except for the trucker convoy, which, as usual, we're going to be going over. I'm so excited. They've made it into Ottawa ahead of the first, fringe people that came in last night. That's how you use the word. A couple of people on the edges of the truck. Oh, there's that again. What is that? Russian disinformation? I'm kidding. Thanks for a message, but I don't understand 3 letters and 3 letters. Yeah, I'll add you as a moderator. That's great. Anyways, how's everybody doing? I'm doing great. It's Saturday, the last Saturday of January, I believe. Yeah, it is. I'm doing fine. It was a bit of a long, no, I wouldn't say a long, it was a bit of a long morning, wondering how everybody was going to make it into Ottawa, and I'm glad everybody made it safe and sound. My brother, yeah, that's what I was worried about. My brother had gotten a chance to go see the truckers in town, get ready to pull out and head up to Ottawa, which is, he sent me some photos. I forgot to upload them. Maybe I'll share them to my Twitter later or something. You can follow me there, the Hobo Baptist. But yeah, it was it's a good day for Canada. It's a good day for freedom. That's what I think. So, as you can see in the title, they keep seeing Nazis all over. Everywhere they go, they just seem to see the villains. You know, the well, better be careful. But a liberal spin doctor yesterday had put up a photo of a truck with a Confederate flag in Canada. How many friggin' Confederate lovers do you think there are in Canada? We're Canada. Like the 12 people you think are going, is that are those the 12 people they keep going on about? Everywhere I go on Twitter, they're always talking about some magical number 12. There's either 12 trucks going to the Capitol, or there's 12 people standing on the sidewalk holding, I guess, yeah, I saw one group of people with a Nazi flag. One measly group of people. There was like 8. I think I still have it up. One sec. We'll see here. Otherwise, I'm sure we'll come across it. There's no way we won't come across it. Oh yeah, I think it was, give me a second. There's a Flu Trucks clan spot. Yeah, I'll go back up. I'll start off with that. Oh, no. Did they take it down? I know it's lies. The current, did they cut me? No. Anyway. It's lower than 0. How is it lower than 0? I should probably turn that, I forgot to turn that light on there. There we are. It's not like that's going to fix the audio. Oh, it's got an excellent connection. Stream it. Everything's fine? Okay. So yeah, disrespecting Terry Fox. Yeah, it's not nice to do to statues. But were those same people vocal when they tore statues down? So. Moment. Got a dog trying to break in. Where is it? I can't find the... Yeah, maybe they took it down. Oh, here it is. So, one group of people so far. Oh. True, I gotta fix that. There we are. Oh, hello! Yeah, how are you doing? We had a message earlier from one of those weird bots. Voom Ong. I really wish I knew what that was all about. But, yeah. How are you doing? The Ottawa convoy thing finally started up. I'm just going over it. People are seeing racists everywhere for some reason. They got like one group of people like this so far, and they're chalking it up to everyone. I don't want to give them too much time. But yeah, we disassociate from them. The truckers have nothing to do with that. They just want to end the mandates. This has nothing to do with a race war. I don't know who started talking about race wars and stuff like that, depopulation, but that has nothing to do with why I just don't believe people should be forced to do anything. I'm doing great, especially today, honestly. Like, there's a lot of, they're trying to spin this narrative that nobody's in Ottawa. Oh, wait, I keep forgetting to change the button. That nobody's in Ottawa for this. But look at this. That's the next one I want to show, but look at these people. See, that's what I mean. They denounce all this stuff. And that's why I'm in a good mood today. Because for once, I don't really know what the hell's going on here. Not going to lie, maybe the Fauci thing, but when you try to kill everyone with a pandemic, see, those signs are kind of strange, but everybody's allowed to voice their opinions. That's basically what I'm talking about. Now, this I like, because a lot of people are going to say, well, it's all just white supremacists. Well, I don't know. I know I'm pretty white, but my mom isn't. I'm not going to come up with like a fancy name like Quarter Black. I'm already the king of the road, John Hobo. Yeah, look at all these people. Look at them all. There's just a dozen people here, though. I need you to understand that. If you go on Twitter, there's a dozen people and they're all racist. Like, this is what I wanted to show. I just don't want it to be loud. Okay. I don't want it to be blaring. It's just people. But if they say something. And so this has come directly from Rebel News. See? I want to let them know. But look at all these people. It's great. I love how they're going to say, well, it's just a couple. They're all racist. So what? All of Canada. Rob Schneider. Okay, maybe you could try and sell me on because Larry the Cable Guy is a hick. But I like him too much. You're not going to win there. That's okay. I care about it, though. This is important to me. In Canada, we've had it way too hard. So just for, well, like I've been covering it for the last couple of days, I just want to show how the demonstrations, how they began. Because to be perfectly honest, I thought, well, maybe I was one of the few people in my town who thought that these mandates were too tough. The Canadian devil to make a difference. Which Canadian devil? Is that a hot? I'm not good with. I'm not even really too entranced into sports. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't even say esports. Anything news related and I wouldn't say topical, because every so often I end up finding something that you think this matters very little. I can find even less important news than this. That's why I start off with this. To me, this is the important bit. I keep saying that like there's still something behind me. There's nothing. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm not impressed with the people who are saying we actually need these mandates. It's a South Park reference, sir. Oh, yes. I feel bad. As much as I really love South Park and I still have nothing against it, I just watch so many different things. I end up forgetting and never coming back to it. Like, I was supposed to watch, there's probably been, 12 pandemic specials in South Park. I was supposed to watch one of them with my brother, and I don't know what I put on. But, yeah. I got to finish. I got South Park I got to get caught up on. I still want to finish season 2 of The Mandalorian. There's just so much. But I keep watching the same movies, or I keep putting on old movies. I'm bad for that. But because now I'm going to be transitioning here, and I'm not too good with my segues. Now we're getting into some of the entertainment stuff. I don't know if you've heard, but at least we have the backing of Marvel and Lost Star Evangeline. Oh. Yeah, wait, didn't they? See, I haven't beaten the game yet, but I like personally, I watched my brother beat it. All I remember is the snook. Basically, unless you're talking about the second one, in which case I think I own it. I just haven't started that one yet. I just beat Dark Souls 3 recently, not because I'm shit at games either. I just haven't bought it yet. I got Resident Evil 7 sitting over there, and that one I'm just not touching. I can't. I just about I was sitting here. I've tried it 5 times. I can't. I just want to go back to the way. I don't mind how some games are developing. Resident Evil should have stayed the way it was. I'm not going to talk about that one anymore. But yeah, I haven't beaten the South Park video games. I should do that. I think I have a dog trying to scratch her way in. I think I have the first one on the PS4 and the second one on PC, or swap, however it works. 1 second. Like having a horse. That actually sounds funny. I'm gonna have to play that because I do like the South Park. I do enjoy the South Park. Now, I was one of those kids. My dad watched it with us on when it would be on at night. He probably shouldn't. My mom gave him shit for that a lot, but yeah, it's funny. You're the second person to make me want to watch it this week now, so that's probably gonna happen. So yeah, back to these. Yeah, I already talked about that one yesterday. Anyway, what was? Oh, I just want to point out. Yeah, actually, I showed that already. See, now I'm going in circles. Give me a second here. Where is the other thing? Oh no, did I do it again? At least I wrote it down. Yeah, right here. The Batman sequels. That's the other thing I wanted to talk about. Yes. See, that I have watched because I can pretty much say I know most of their stuff right up until about 2016. I feel like for some reason a lot of stuff came out from them around 2016. I remember the Game of Thrones stuff was hilarious. I love the fighting between the Xbox and the PS4 stuff. That one was good. Somebody showed me Mexican Joker. Mexican Joker. I liked Mexican Joker. That was basically what's happening now. We're turning Canada into a bunch of Mexican Jokers. Which honestly, look, I just think people need to be allowed to be free. And that's why I say don't lock them up. And the last thing we need, if you think Canadian Devil is bad, or see, I'll have to look that up quickly or watch that at some point to be more specific. But I think like Canadian Jokers would be almost worse. I mean, aren't we the ones who like? And I'm not saying we should. I'm saying aren't we the ones who burnt down the White House twice? Isn't that the reason it's painted white? No, I could be wrong. That could just be a joke that goes around. Because I don't really know the Canadian American relations. I just know that Great Britain basically still owns us. But yeah, the Batman. That was something I was reading earlier. Batman sequels. I love Matt Reeves's headline articles lately. They're all Matt Reeves says the Batman is X, 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 and X. And Matt Reeves is saying the Batman is this, 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 and that. It's like, okay, so what isn't it? And then finally, a couple days ago, he goes, it is not an origin movie. Oh, she's sniffing under the door. I thought she got in somehow. And then he says, basically, what every movie is. Yeah, see, now that's what I mean is the Batman sequels are hinging on whether this does well or not, and it's kind of like all right, yeah, they're already mapped out. Okay, cool. No, oh, he has it mapped out. That's not what I want. Batman sequels. Was it Bounding into Comics? Where did I find it? Was it CBR? Well, I mean, we kind of if you're into gaming, we might get him in that. Oh no, not might. We already saw the fight. Is it Gotham Knights or is it Arkham Knights? Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights. Although I'm sick of fighting him. I actually want to see like a nice, deep, well-acted version of him. Video games are cool and all, but I want to shut my brain off and just watch. If they do a Dark Souls movie, though, they should make it hard to watch. Like, maybe you got to dodge out of the way of the screen or something. Matt Reeves has, this is it. The spin-offs and sequels depend on the success of the movie, says director Matt Reeves. Basically, every time he says something, it's just common sense about a movie. I like reading his articles because compared to almost even Marvel movies, they're just boring. And that's nothing against him. I mean it. I like boring stuff, maybe. But yeah, like this is already true. Wait, why do we need spin-offs though? I just want sequels. Like, I get the Snyderverse and the current DCEU had its spin-offs. I don't like that either. But I just want, like, Harry Potter. Now I know there's spin-offs now, but Harry Potter was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Version of the animated series. Yeah, we looked at his suit a couple of days ago. I'd like, when I saw his head coming off there, and I remembered that would actually be sick. Like, you see him early on, he's just takes him down, just really messes him up. Batman thinks he's got the upper hand, and then all of a sudden his head pops off and just scampers away like in The Thing. I think I'd just die laughing, but it would also be, you do it scary though. Like, I would die laughing because just how goofy, but in the moment, that would be horrifying. Just, you're fighting this dude and all of a sudden his head jumps off and runs away. I mean, if they want to do horror movies, that can't get any more horrifying than a frozen man's head taken off on you. Because really, what do you do? Well, she's at. My G Fuel's coming back for revenge. Joker will appear in HBO. Like, which, now I'm confused by this. I'm going to pull that up. Rumor, the Joker will appear in HBO, the Max, the Batman spin-off Gotham PD. So this is before, and this is after. Okay, so, yeah, but all plans that include sequels and spin-offs are tentative in that they are hinging on the reception of a movie that hasn't even come out yet. Though trailers from 2020 and 2021 have praised warmly. Like, that's the thing. It looks really good. My biggest issue is all these things he's pumping into it. It's a this movie, it's a that movie, it's a this movie, it's a that movie, but it's not an origin story. It's an action movie, it's a Zodiac film, it's a horror movie, it's a mystery movie, it's a superhero movie. I just love that. Just all of a sudden one day, it is not a comic book origin. Thank you. When was the last time we had Batman's origin done, like, where we hear their voices? It's slow. We had him singing, not him singing it with music, and then that long drawn out sequence of the kid falling, which is still kind of funny. He could be saying that as a disclaimer in case a Batman does poorly, a scenario no one is anticipating. Even I'm not anticipating that. I don't think this one's going to be the film that bombs. I think this is going to be as good as warmly as remembered as The Dark Knight. I was trying to remember what its final title was, but that one was just The Dark. Yeah, see, I don't know if it's gonna break any records, but I think it's gonna be remembered as fondly as The Dark Knight. There's gonna be tons of memes. There's gonna be tons of, like, little creepy bits, and I'm excited for that. What are we talking about? Wokeness levels now? What the hell? See, I didn't read the whole article because this is basically all that needs to be said. Director doesn't know if films will be greenlit because film isn't out yet. Basically, that's what all of these could be summed up as when they say them. Even whenever they bring them onto the television shows and they have the late night host go, so what about your sequels? Well, I don't know. The movie's not even out yet. The Joker will, like, which one though? And now that's what I mean. This is before. This is on the 13th. This came out, what, yesterday? Today? Yesterday. But that's something I was thinking about a couple days ago with Spider-Man. That's what I was just thinking about right now. I like how they take these, not necessarily villains that don't look like they could do very much, because Dr. Octopus is kind of silly. I wanted to learn more about Spider-Man, so I decided to go up and find his books and read them. And in his first instance, he's a goofball. his arms are on his stomach. Are they? I forget where his arms. No, they're on the side of his stomach. He does this with his belly and they move. He tickles himself and his arms move. And then in the what the hell? The second Spider-Man movie, man, that was awesome. Now I don't think I've read up to where they introduced Green Goblin, or I might have and just forgot. Don't know how you do that, but I'm known for forgetting some stuff. Yeah, I don't know how we got to this, but to the woke levels on the other side. But I don't honestly, out of all of the films, the only thing that reminds me of anything woke is her stupid little pussy hat. It's like those black ones. They just put a hole in the eyes so she can look through them. I don't need that. The first claim is that the Gotham PD series will be based on Frank Miller's Tale Year 1 and 2 stories by Ed Brubaker. Year 1 and 2 isn't? I swear to Christmas, that's what I said a couple of days ago, that they were going to just do Year 1 and Year 2. Or that they should have just done Year 1 and... Oh, no, wait. Are those the other ones I'm thinking of? I forget now. These are all getting confusing. Why are they got a name like this? Season 1, Year 1, Season 2, Year 2, Superman Season 1, Go back to just giving them like volume 1. I don't care what the title says. I got one, it's volume like 2, I think, and it just says Black Knight versus White Knight. That's how I look for it. I type in Black Knight versus White Knight. Year 1 makes it seem like this is volume 1. Oh, now I'm all confused. God damn it. Which one's Year 1? Is that the one where he's all depressing on the cover and Alfred's got his... I did that to myself. I did that to myself. Okay, this Year 1. I'm thinking of Batman. Not Year 1. It's those two. So what was I thinking of? Wasn't 0 year. It's not season, no. I can't remember. It's got the blue cover. It's different than... It's basically another origin story. I was looking at it a couple of days ago, and now that this Year 1 popped up, Batman came out in what, 2012? Year 1? I can't remember. I genuinely can't remember the title of it anymore. Year 1. Oh, it doesn't matter. No shop. There it is. Earth 1. See, that's what I mean. Too many. On top of the fact this is Batman Earth 2. See? This one was good. At least this one. I remember reading this one more. I don't think I read 3. I'm going to assume that's volume 2. Yeah, these were pretty good. I don't know. Oh, that's Selena Kyle. She's rolling in the dough. Yeah, she basically is part of all of his origin stories going forward. And Earth 1 was good. Did I? Yeah, I read Year 1. Why do I keep doing that? There's a damn movie about it. I even keep forgetting about the movie. I got a chat up there and I got a chat back there and I don't know if it's keeping up. Two-Face would be the primary suspect to most. Wow, okay. Two-Face would be the primary suspect to most, as Harvey Dent fits a scarred description and was one of the most important rogues in Gotham Central. He, however, is being ruled out by the leaker because it's also said Matt Reeves has plans for the coin-flipping villain in the Batman sequel. No, I actually agree with Derpy here. We have not had Mr. Freeze in a very long time. Now, when my brother and I talk about that, he says Mr. Freeze should go back to being Arnold Schwarzenegger. But if the Michael Keaton Batman is technically supposed to be the same Batman in its 2 sequels, then he's already technically in the DCEU now. And that's where I kind of have a realization I had today that I'm kind of upset by. Danny DeVito Penguin is now the canon Penguin for the DCEU, unless they're gonna recast him? Are they gonna recast the villains? Because I thought it was supposed to be the Burtonverse version. Now, I am confused by Black Joker. Because as a descendant of natives on my mom's side, I used to joke I'm doing whiteface. So if he actually puts on the white makeup, is that what he's doing? I jumped over a lot, but Renee Montoya, isn't that like the questioner or something like that? She's got like a hood, not a hood, she wears like a mask over her face with a question mark and a funny looking hat. Possibly even Harlequin, since Joker's involved. Margot Robbie's being she's being, why? That's weird. That later case might mean we're in store for retelling of Harley's transformation from simple psychiatrist Harleen Quinzel into Joker's hench girl. Keep in mind that's just a theory, and this leaked information is only a rumor for right now. We won't know much more than hearsay until the so-called Gotham PD prequel show reaches a production. So, yeah, they shouldn't use Two-Face in this. And I guess it would be cool to have a... Wait a minute, why do we need a prequel? Wouldn't a prequel... If Batman is in only his second year and we get a prequel, wouldn't that be the origin story? Basically? Especially if it involves Joker, because wouldn't he have to do the right... No, he doesn't have to. Look at Joker, the film, with Arthur Fleck. You know, he never turns into the Red Hood, not yet. As cool as that would be. Excuse me. I didn't mean to do that one out loud. Is in talks for a mysterious role. Everybody's mysterious in this. Now I saw something a couple of days ago, which I guess is kind of cool. There's the kid in the trailer holding the camera, recording Batman beating the shit out of somebody. And he says, "I'm vengeance," I believe. And I guess throughout the trailers, nobody calls him anything else but vengeance. I think that's a cool little ad. Now I hope he's actually called Batman, and like they just got confused, and they're like, "Oh wait, does he call himself Vengeance? Because we've been calling him Batman, and we think Vengeance sounds cooler because he said it." And then he's been going this whole time thinking his name is Batman because they named him Batman, and he's just confusing. He was just trying to be cool, right? Now he's like, "Shit, am I Vengeance or am I Batman?" And that, you know, causes his psychiatric split. Wait, isn't this basically, if he's going to be figuring out who he is and all that stuff, isn't that basically just what people think Batman Forever is? Like the, whatever his name is, cut, the Schumacher cut? There's a lot of cuts going around. Warner Brothers is going to be cut to pieces soon. Because I thought that's what, I thought that's what the Schumacher cut was. They were going to explore Batman's psyche, who's Bruce, who's Batman, who they are as separate people, who they are as together. That's what Meredith Chase's whole point really was you saw, the whole thing, the whole 3-hour film apparently was Bruce with Bruce with Meredith, Batman with Meredith, the world with Bruce, the world without Bruce, and then him unifying the two ideas. The only reason I'm a fan of the voice modulator, by the way, I know I'm jumping around here, just doing these gymnastics, because this sounds goofy, no matter who does it. I know I'm doing it goofy. When he does it, it's still just as goofy. And when people write things like, you can tell by the gruffness in his voice that Batman's still in there. It's like, well, yeah, because he's wearing a mask. People can tell his voice. I'm pretty sure they do it in the comics too. I know he doesn't always use a voice modulator in the comics, and he doesn't always drive a cool souped up tank in the comics and all that stuff. But I mean, come on, it's Batman. It's bigger. It's the big silver screen. Give him it all. Give him everything. Give him the tank. Bring the tank back. What are we talking? What are we kidding here? Bring the tank back. Not that one. That's what we need. I want the tank back. Yeah. And then where are we at? 30 minutes now. Okay. That's pretty much what I had on the Batman. I just wanted to talk about it because he's always putting stuff out. Oh yeah, then I guess there's this. Batman 2 and 3 sequels are already mapped out by Robert Pattinson. And this is from The Direct by Kleinfeld. Robert Pattinson's a Batman is mere months away, and the Bruce Wayne faithful are waiting with bated breath. The upcoming reboot will be directed by Matt Reeves and will look to dive into Batman's roots as the world's greatest detective. Not much is known about the project, other than it will see Mr. Wayne very early in his tenure as Gotham's Dark Knight, and that it will take influence from thrillers like Zodiac and Seven. So, I hope please do the what's in the fucking box. It's just Catwoman's head. Or a head of a cat. Watch. We got her, but we're not going to show you. Even though nothing official has been announced, it certainly feels like Warner Brothers is setting up the Batman to be the foundation for the next 5 to 10 years of their vision of Gotham. Oh boy. That's supposed to be Dent. I'm like, what is that? Ra's al Ghul? Is that what he looks like under his face? I didn't know he looked like a lizard man, but I realized it's not a lizard man. That's just weird. All right, that doesn't matter. That's still setting it up. Where's his stuff? Grow over 2 more movies. Okay. Standalone Batman in 10 years. Yes, you say that like a bad thing. Okay, but where is it? Would love to, and Pattinson's hope for the Batman producer, expanding the world of the Batman. If the quality of the final film stands up to what has been shown in both trailers for the film, Warner Brothers is bad for screwing things up, though. And as exciting as that, Bruce Wayne himself is already preparing for the prospect of a Batman 2. Yeah, he's just sitting there reading the comic books, like trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do next. Instead, they just take like a hard left and do the Leviathan storyline from Batman Inc. What? I'm going to have a kid? Yeah, and he's going to kick the shit out of you. And then you're going to have to behead him. And then there's going to be 2 of them. And there's going to be 100 of them. And your wife's going to keep coming back. Robert Pattinson and Reeves made it known that Batman is really going to dive into Bruce's psyche as someone who's spending his nights taking down the scum of Gotham City. So the fact that our Pat, don't call him that. What the hell? Where his character's head would go from here can only mean good things. Did he actually say that? Yeah, it's not even that long. Do I have to? I'm not sitting. That's not even a video. What did he say? Do I have to go to a different page every time I want to figure out a little bit more? Barry Keoghan is a Joker. Is that the kid? Is that the guy? Is that the one? Oh my God, they're not even showing us who Barry Keoghan is. This is terrible. This is worse than me. By God. All right. The Batman is next. Yeah, we know that. I don't need to read that part. Reveals a Batman's not. See, angry Batman. He's always angry. He was angry when we saw him in the other one. I love how they're like, he's angry. Yes. I think the only time I haven't seen him angry was the Christian Bale one. Actually, no. Any of the ones before Christian Bale, he wasn't angry. I guess he was. He was pretty angry at Dick the whole movie. Batman Forever there. Kind of treated him like shit. It's kind of funny. It's kind of great. And then, yeah, I don't understand that Joker spinoff. Why do we need so many Jokers? Why can't we just go back to a time where there was one Joker? I don't care who it is. If we really don't like, what's his name there? Get him out. Get rid of him. Throw him away. If we really like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, fine. But why does he have to be in a standalone movie? Maybe his Joker 2 can lead into Joker 3, and then it's Joker versus Batman. Then we can have Joker's Justice League. No, I'm kidding. That's just me pushing it. And speaking of the Snyderverse, me and Allison, we've been watching, or Allison and I, whatever you want to say. Now that we're at the other end of the Freedom Convoy 2022, everything's kind of cooling out in Ottawa. Brings us to here. Why Snyderverse Saturday? I must watch like 100,000 things regarding the Snyderverse a week. Why? I don't even know. It just pops up. I can't shut it off. I look at it, I click it, and I don't. The hell's going on there? Sorry, just got a little blister on my hand. I don't know what the hell from. Anyway. Yeah, Snyderverse. We watch, you can go on YouTube and find all these little things that show the films side by side, Whedon cut and the Snyder cut for Justice League. Get to that later. But we started watching Man of Steel again a couple of weeks ago, or last week, I think, and I love that film a lot. I think a lot of people gave it shit a long time ago for nothing, and now that we're being witness to what's coming, I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's good to continue talking about what we could have had, what we got, and maybe build a little bit of a Saturday around it. So this week I'm probably just going to talk about Man of Steel. I want to watch Batman versus Superman again. Maybe I'll watch the theatrical cut and the extended version side by side, see what's different about them. Because I have many gripes with them. I feel like I'll leave that for then. Anyways, Man of Steel. We'll just try and focus on one thing at a time. Man of Steel. I loved that film. It was funny. When I was a kid, I wasn't much of a fan of Superman. I actually made a lot of fun of him. But my only interaction with Superman, honest, outside of even the shows where I was hardly paying attention because I was always reading, was the video game, the Nintendo 64 video game. I played it for maybe an hour. My older brother tried it to see if maybe it was just me being bad at video games. And it turned out it wasn't me just being bad at video games. It turned out the game sucked. So I brought it back to where we rented it. And I never thought about Superman ever again until one day, I think YTV was showing the Superman Returns movie on it. And I sat down and watched it. And I thought, hey, this is pretty cool. Then I forgot about it. Then I watched it again with Allison a couple years later. But that was only because my dad had basically tricked me into going to see Man of Steel. I'm a huge superhero fan, but Superman kind of, that Nintendo 64 thing kind of just drained me. And everybody in Canada makes fun of America and Captain America and Superman. So at least everybody in Canada, I shouldn't say all Canadians, that's the problem we've got right now happening. But personally, I didn't know many people who had any respect for the character. So I didn't have much respect for the character. But I'm sitting there, and I would say, honestly, 20 minutes in, boom, I was a fan. I don't know why. I was just hooked. I remembered that movie. I still remember going see it. I saw it, I think at least 4 times. Once with my dad, once with Allison, once with my sister, and once with my best friend. I still watch it just about every year. It's pretty much up there with my Lord of the Rings watching. Do I have some issues with the film? Of course. I don't think it's long enough. I'm not one of the people who think movies should be shorter. I'm in the camp that this Batman movie is just perfect at 3 hours long. That doesn't mean I want to go sit in the theater for 3 hours for a Batman movie. I'm still probably going to watch it at home, which is probably going to affect, me watching it at home, not exactly going to affect it on its own. But if a lot of people were like me, that would affect it. I don't think any movie, at least in my area, unless I'm going all the way to Ottawa, which you can't right now, and I can't even go in because of vaccine mandates, which brings me all the way back to the beginning of this stream if you want to go back and watch it. That's why we're fighting against these mandates. If I want to go see a movie, I gotta jump through like 30 different hoops just to watch it. And I don't want to do that for Batman. I just want to go in and watch the movie, get the hell out. So Man of Steel could have been longer. I agree. A lot of these movies could have been longer. I feel that's just it. I like my, so that's not even really a gripe. I'll get off that now. So my favorite parts about Man of Steel, Superman, I think for me, an outsider, especially an outsider from American culture and stuff like that, Henry Cavill does bring some inspiration for those who don't really know what Superman is. They look at Superman from the outside, not knowing, what being small town American is, and going to the big city and being wide and wonderful and being raised in that Christian style life. It's easy to make fun of, right? I come from a French Catholic area where basically the French Catholics make fun of the Christians because they're like, well, you don't whip yourself hard enough. So basically it's like, well, why doesn't Superman cry more? Why is he more soft? Anyways, so seeing him struggle with these different ideas and faith issues, especially this big burly dude. I don't know. It kind of made me go, well, if people think this isn't Superman and he does really well, I'm going to go read the comics. And that's exactly what I ended up doing. And through that, yeah, actually, a lot of people are right. The Man of Steel comics, the Man of Steel movie kind of feels not in theme, but at the same time, if you just read a lot of them, you can kind of see where he picked the whole life story going forward. I even ended up watching the original Superman movie with Christopher Reeve, or original, the first Christopher Reeve Superman movie. I actually put it on a couple of months ago. It was great. It was a lot lighter. It was very different. I think it was longer, if I remember correctly. I think that one's actually 3 hours. I might be wrong, or just short of 3 hours. The reason I liked it, they do this really strange thing where Krypton kind of looks like, what's it called there? Oz? The Wizard of Oz, Ozland, or whatever it's called. Not Australia, but Oz. He's got little orange people. They're always happy. There's like a road and it's yellow. There's a big green place. Anyways, it kind of looks like that, and I thought that was cool. Actually, when I was a kid, I used to think that, I'm not gonna lie, when I'd see Superman floating going into his little, I was like, oh, is that? No, I was explained pretty quick. That's his Fortress of Solitude. The fact that there's a big floating head in there and stuff like that, totally different. But they're both basically where the hero finds himself. So, maybe they're the same place. I like how Man of Steel does it, where they show all this alien tech and this alien landscape and these alien creatures and these people who are clearly, deeply, deeply misplowing, right? They really miss going at it with each other. Because everything looks like buttholes. Everything looks like a lady part. Everything looks like a big old honking, And it's just awkward when you're watching the first 10 minutes of the movie. You're like, why does everything look like I'm watching something out of a H.R. Geiger thing? What are they doing here? I should share that at some point. So yeah, it's just this massively different. One in Superman, it's all nice and bright and colorful, and then Man of Steel, it's the end of the world. This planet's about to explode, and everybody's about to die on it, and everybody's sad and kind of losing their mind and going crazy, and they decide, I'm going to stick a skull inside of my son and ship him off into space. And then next thing you know, he's on Earth. Basically, this is what I like in Superman. The kid grows up from a baby inside the little ship, and his dad's talking to him the whole time, telling him everything. So when he lands on Earth, he just picks up the truck, and that's how he proves he's an alien. Like, you found him in an asteroid. He definitely didn't fall out of one of those like ice chunks from a plane. That's not what he came out of. He's an alien. You can bet on that. Oh, whoa, what did I do? I twitched and I hit a button. Now, so that was, I just finished Superman. Man of Steel, then, it cuts to him just being Superman, going from place to place. And I know a lot of people have complaints with the way he uses his powers and kind of gives himself away. But he's also, this is showing how he can only take so much. And as soon as he does that, he takes off. Sure, it leaves breadcrumbs. Nobody said Clark was smart. Nobody said he was Batman. Nobody's claiming he is Batman. And he kind of doesn't really seem to care. Somebody finds him, and he's like, I'll just fly away real fast, and you'll never catch me. He basically does that to Lois. I know the ship takes him, but that's what I mean. I like how he sticks up for that girl. Sure, he causes a lot of damage, but explain it. Like, if you were that dude, try to tell that to a normal human being. Yes, I got into a fight with the dishwasher, and he took my truck and he turned it into like that game where you're trying to get the marbles to fall down. Oh, how much did you drink that night again? No, I didn't even leave the parking lot. So that's one of the reasons I like that, is it doesn't matter what he does. How do you explain that? You can't. Nobody's going to believe you. The only person that did happened to be Lois Lane. I don't even think he spoke to him. He spoke to the waitress, whatever. And a lot of people will complain about the muted colors in the film. It's not. He's not in my opinion. I think he's not entirely hopeful of himself yet. He hasn't really come into being Superman until the end of the film anyway, and he's basically not really. And I don't really. You can't. He didn't really like calling himself Superman until the next film anyway. Sure, they keep the muted colors all the way through. I also feel like it helps things stand out better. If you can't tell what's red, blue, and I don't know, I guess there's no real white on it. I don't know what to tell you. It pops out pretty well on the screens I use. Pops out well on TV out there. Popped out well when I was on when I was at the theaters. I'm actually kind of jealous of the people who keep getting to go see Zack Snyder's Justice League. Anyway, I guess seeing as I like so much of the film, again, besides the length being 2.5 hours, whereas a lot of superhero films since then have been longer than that. I guess that's just what I think would be better. Maybe some more time spent with Zod in the ship would have been cool. Why? Just, I don't really understand him. I know he wants the skull and all that, but I feel like at that point, in the Snyder Cut films, the whatever tetralogy or whatever, quadrology, Man of Steel, you kind of have to make up the lore for a little while. And I get that maybe you do with the animals, but the codex could have been kind of better explained. Every time I watch a movie, that's something that I think about actually is what is, like, the codex is a ledger of every name and everything they're going to do. Okay. And does that now mean like it's all inside of his DNA, as in like the kid advertised for the end of the Snyder Cut series? Like that's a future Kryptonian that would have been born from the skull anyway, or what? Or like, what the hell does the skull do besides being some bizarre magical MacGuffin that gets put into his DNA? So I guess that would be one of my complaints, because I don't really understand it. They seem to lose track of it all the time. Is it breaking down over time? And if it is breaking down over time, isn't it a good thing that it was put into Clark? Because now he can continue the Kryptonian race for far longer. I don't know. That's the only part of the movie I don't really understand. Part of the film that comes back to me all the time, it would have to be when he's on the other side of the planet doing the thing to the world machine and he's flying up. I like when he shoots down and when they pan out and you can see the whole thing and he's just in the little light beam there, a little tractor beam, just doing his best to go up. My nose is just itchy tonight. I blew it 13 times, I swear to Christ. And he just points towards, and he's just pushing as hard as he can, knowing Metropolis and the world is at stake. And he just punches right through it. If anything, I feel like that's what they were trying to do with kind of do with Captain Marvel and Endgame, and that's what I think kind of sucks, is they should have shown her coming in, being shot by beams, and it feels like, well, even with Captain Marvel here, we can't do anything. And then she just decides to try and fly through the beams as hard as she can. Just every time she hits one, she just punches through, and she just keeps punching through them until she punches through the goddamn ship. See, I didn't have an issue with her. I just had, if anything, again, just give us more time with the characters. That's basically all I'm asking for. Like Feora, she was cool. I don't care about the soldier dude she kind of had the hots for. Feora was cool. She would have been awesome to see actually going hand to hand first against him, but you know, she gets beat up by a measly little human dude. And that's what I mean, is until I watched Man of Steel, I don't even know most of his villains. I just know that he fought Lex Luthor, Zod. I'm pretty sure Gorilla Grodd is a Flash villain who sometimes goes over. There's 12 other, and I know there's not 12. There's like 5 villainous Supermen. Bizarro, Metallic, backwards, frontwards, upside down, inside out, French. There's a French Batman. I'm not kidding about that. If I'm wrong about the French Superman, there is a French Batman. He's a musketeer. That one made me laugh. That gets me. I got to show him off quickly before we continue talking about Zack Snyder film Musketeer. Batman. That's what he's called, right? Musketeer. No. Is about okay. Okay. I just want to make sure. I thought they were calling Musketeer Batman. I'm like, I thought it was just called The Musketeer. All right, look at this goofy guy. Look at him. I love it. I actually love this guy. He's great. What is it? Batman Inc. I'm always going on about Batman Inc. Where is it? Yeah, see, there he is. And this guy is basically just Mexican Batman. So this is, see, maybe I'll do an entire thing where I talk about Batman Inc. and why I think it does. If everybody's going on about what they think deserves a movie, why the hell doesn't Batman Inc. deserve a movie? The whole thing is so stupid. Like, see, he makes an army of bat robots. And I can't remember, is that Bruce or is that the Bruce stand-in? Because I know they have a Bruce Wayne stand-in through this. See, you can't get any more diverse than Batman. You really can't get any more diverse than Batman. There's a Japanese, a black Batman, an Australian Batman, Native American Batman right there. That's a sidekick. I don't know what the hell that pixie is. I know she's part of this dude's team. He looks like the owl. Is he part of her? Isn't she part of the team? People probably don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. In Batman Inc., there's a team of superheroes that are in Japan. Are they on this cover? No. Anyway, something happens and she's part of the team, but I don't remember this owl dude, this owl looking fella. I just don't. So don't ask. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, see, that's the one I have. I lost the cover now. This is what they have to do a story of next. Just imagine that. Bruce Wayne's talking about marital issues. Yeah, my wife wants to kill my son and me. How's she going to do it? She's going to poison the food supply. Oh yeah, because that's where Batcow comes from. Now see, I'm off on a random tangent now again. So Man of Steel. I guess I'll finish up my little quick talk about it there. The reason I think people should go back and rewatch it, especially with everything going on, is I feel like some people have forgotten really just how much fun the film was on its own. Because if I remember correctly, there were no plans of were there plans of sequels for Man of Steel back then? Maybe in Snyder's head, but I think just like the Batman now, it was hinging on how good the film or how well the film performed anyway. And a lot of people who gave it flack back then haven't gone back and given it a shot now, and I challenge them to go back and rewatch Man of Steel. Tell me what you think of it. Tell me if you still find the part where he goes to seek help from a priest, because even though my personal views have changed, I still think that part's kind of funny. Just the look on the dude's face, he just starts sweating. I love how everybody focuses on the fact that there's like Jesus in the background. Do you not see the actual look on the dude's face? Like, am I talking to an alien right now? Like, he looks so much like me. Where are all his wings and eyes? That's what I thought was going to happen. But no, it just turns out that, aliens look like you and me, just very muscular. Oh, and Gillette is the only thing that can shave their face. That was the other thing I remembered about Man of Steel back then. Everywhere I went in Ottawa, there were always Gillette ads with Superman on them, and half the time it was just him lasering his face anyway. So yeah, I guess that's it for me for tonight. Don't you start talking to me, you. My Siri not my Siri. Is that Siri? Yeah, my Siri just went off for no reason. So yeah, I guess that's it for me for tonight, this Saturday. See me again this Monday. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see what. Couldn't find that in your I told you not to talk to me. You can ask me to play a. Shh. She did it. She talked. She wasn't supposed to, but she did it. Anyways, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you want. I'll be here again on Monday. Hopefully freer than I am today, because those truckers, I'm closing out again like this because I'm hoping nothing happens to them. I'm really worried about that. I have a lot of faith in Canadians, but I have no faith in our political system right now. And it's funny just getting off of Man of Steel there. But it was those films that it was honestly these films that had led me to these conclusions that I'm coming to now. The government does not have the right to tell me what to do. They definitely, I may not be Superman, but they're acting like I have all the power to blow up a Senate building just by sneezing. I don't. And if I did, you don't get to mandate me. You're not going to mandate that out. You can't stop a sneeze from blowing up a building. You can't stop a sneeze from wiping out a group of people. So hopefully things get better. Hopefully I can start going back to the theater soon so I can actually watch these movies there instead of sitting around here talking about them. No, I'm not going to take a vaccine to go do that because that would be just ridiculous. I could just watch it at home. I don't mind. Anyway, be good. Take care of yourselves and the people you care about in the way that you see best and leave other people alone. Have fun.